Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO edition. This is Gnarlrynae here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. When last we left off, we were here at the ruins of the Greenway Fort talking to Andreg. We had been further up north. We had made it all the way to Trestle Bridge in one of our travel quests there. And we'd gone over here to the ruins of Cirith Nur, and had killed the Red Reaver and collected a bunch of stolen goods that were stolen from both Bree and Trestle Bridge, so that things won't be quite so tight for them this winter. He has given us a job now to go back over there and defeat 16 orcs inside there. I knew it. I told you we would be heading back after killing all those orcs. We'd be heading back over there to kill orcs again. So that is what we are going to do today. We will head on over. I am going to go ahead and pull up Bobo. There we go. So he will be prepared and ready to help us in our task here. I do hope everyone has had a nice holiday and had a nice Christmas. I did indeed. It has been quite pleasant. Y'all remember, anyone that was around remembers I had the Christmas miracle of, if y'all watch SLOTRO 2, had the Christmas miracle of actually being off that night. Getting low census that night. Something that had not happened to me. I looked through the low census book that we keep, a log, so they know whose turn it is, and the last time I was low census was December of 2016. So it had been 2 years since it was my turn to come around. And that's part of the problem when you're like the head charge nurse for the floor. It's part of the situation that you don't, it's rare that there's, number one, a case that the patient load is low enough and our staffing is high enough that they can put somebody off. But then it's also even rarer that those two things happen and there's somebody else there that can do charge on a night that I'm there. So it was quite enjoyable. Although someone has mentioned it's even a bigger rarity that a big real Christmas miracle would be that I would remember to take that cloak off of Nomadan before I got into a fight with him. Very, very true. Very, very true. Let's see. Let's start taking out these orcs along here. Let's take out this grunt here first. Send Bobo in to do the dirty work while I look at locking him down. Hit him with some lightning. Get ready to send Bobo back in whenever the guy stuns. Too far away? Or was I just moving? Alright, that's 1 of 16 down. And this is what we are going to be doing. We are just going to be hunting orcs. Ooh, new deed. Orc Slayer Advanced. Apparently I must have finished up Orc Slayer Basic then. That is good. Two down. Okay, let's take out this other blade. We are just going to continue killing them out here and then possibly move up to that other camp up yonder. See if we can kill all the ones outside first, just because that gives us a range of options. Not that I'm terribly afraid about being able to run away or anything like that. It just gives us a nice range of options in getting out of here whenever the quest is over with. We don't have to then turn around and fight our way back out, because one of the difficulties is, if you think I have a hard time keeping track of keeping track of remembering to take off that blasted... taking off that blasted cloak before every battle. It's as bad. Am I trying to remember to keep track of how many orcs I've killed? When you take him out there, Bobo. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can hit this guy with the thing there again. Why don't you go and attack him before he decides to break the thing and come over this way. Very good. Let's grab that supply crate. We worked hard enough for it. Let's grab the crate before we start working our way back around. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Next up. Ooh, a target front. Nope. You're going to turn around and go back in, aren't you? Yep. We're going to go to this next little camp up here. Said I like taking out the external camps first before I actually go on into the actual orc fort proper there. Okay, so next up we're gonna go take this one out, and then we're gonna take out this group and then work our way down, probably come in that back door like we did before. So y'all know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna make y'all watch the whole thing. So we will rejoin you after we are a lot closer to 16 orcs. And I will see y'all then. And I ended up never even going inside. There was enough on the outside camps and enough of these respawns like this that just have one person here. They respawn fast enough that I didn't have to worry about going in and keeping account of how many. As you see, we've almost got them all. We're going to send Bobo after the last one here, right after I lock them down. And see how it goes. Go back and fight him again. He doesn't like breaking the roots. That's very good. Doesn't like breaking the roots. And he should be down. There we go. And he's down. Oh, we've taken some more damage to our equipment too. Okay, let's take a look at the deed that we passed. That would be the... How many SLOTRO points did we get? We got 5 SLOTRO points for it. We got a title, Defender of Breeland. The deed was completed. Defeat orcs in Breeland. You have proven your mettle against the orcs who have invaded Northern Breeland. A company of orcs have passed into Breeland from the North Downs, ravaging the countryside and razing farms. The advance of the orcs out of the north must be brought to a halt. So how many did we kill? We killed 30. And of course, the next one up is going to be Orc Slayer Advanced, which we will have to kill. Let's see, we're at 19 of 60, so another 41 to get that. And that's the one that will give us actual reputation and marks and that sort of thing. Let's head on back over here to Andrag and talk to him at the ruins of the fort. Let's see if we can manage not to run into any more dusk wolves. We had one that spawned right in the middle of us while we were fighting a orc. Apparently not all the orcs over there are the only things on the spawn table. There's a couple of the ones further out into the field that the orcs and the wolves, the dusk wolves, are actually on the same spawn table. Because the wolf got there, it was during that whole waiting for the orcs to respawn, and he appeared right where the orc that we had killed had been. So you do have to be a little bit careful about that. They are on the same respawn table, it would appear. Okay. Have I gone past the fort? Nope, there it is. Couldn't remember if the fort was on this side of Hingstacer or the other side. It looks like it's on the Bree side of the Hingstacer farm. Hope everyone's enjoying the Yule Festival as well. I have gotten to run it quite a number of times now with Gnarlrynae and Gnarlo. Not much of a reason to run them on Gnarlrynae and Nomadan. Well, Nomadan obviously can't get there, and not a huge amount of reasons to run it on Gnarlrynae other than to collect tokens, because they are the easiest tokens to collect. I'm going to dismiss you for the moment, Bobo, because I still am not horse level yet. Dirty work, orc slaying. A cave was carved into the face of the cliffside, you say. It all makes sense now, Gnarlrynae. That must be where Fernie is headed. That was strange. Obviously, we never actually went into the camp to find the cave, so why don't we actually go back and read the history on this one? The outriders you dispatched were only the first of many foes that made their way into Breeland from the North Downs. I'd hoped that the message you delivered would have been clear enough to force some of the orcs back toward the north, but they have organized well and built out a fort on the western side of the Greenway. We need to drive them out of that area as quickly as possible. You will need to travel north again, I fear, this time crossing the Greenway and searching for the orc encampment named Cirith Nur. Strike at the heart of the orc forces there, and we may yet break their will. Okay. The orc encampment was filled with powerful orcs, and a cave carved into the cliff face lay within the heart of the camp. Oh, real? Yes, there was a cave in the heart of the camp carved into the cliff face. I thought you should know. That must be where Fernie is headed. What about Fernie? You didn't even mention Fernie.
Would you do something for me?
Do I have a big choice? Do I have any choice at all? Breaking alliances. Your efforts in the south yielded information about Bill Fernie, a man of Bree with terrible and self-serving ideals. Fernie was working to assist the brigands loyal to Sharky to join with the Tark of orcs coming from the north. Such an alliance would pinch the resources of Breeland from both sides and spell certain doom for her people. Your efforts here in the north have done much to assist us in seeing that the orcs are broken and that their strength diminished. Your recent discovery of a cave built into the cliff face at Cirith Nur leads me to believe that the cave will serve a terrible purpose, a place for Fernie to meet with the orc leaders and facilitate an arrangement to further invade Bree. It seems now that you have been chosen to avert this invasion and shatter this alliance once and for all. You will need to return to the encampment at Cirith Nur and enter the cavern to disrupt the alliance. You must see that the orcs and evil men do not succeed in their plans. Are you prepared? Sure, what the hell. I guess I'm prepared. We will accept that. Before I do this, I do need to take a quick break. So let's see, what time of day is it? Getting to be dusk? It is getting to be dusk. It may be nightfall or so when I come back, because I do have a couple of errands to run. I had a text a second ago from the wife while I was doing all that fighting. So I've got some errands I need to go run right quick. But then when I come back, we will go into that cave. So y'all will see me again in just a moment or two. Don't be surprised if there's a significant time change. We are back, everyone, and we are headed over here for the fort at Cirith Nur. I am actually looking for a gap in the fence here, I believe. Yep, right there. I think that's my traditional way, these gaps in the fences. I remember speaking about these back in the day with, and there's the cave, I believe, right there. Speaking about these two gaps back in the day with, whenever I was over here with Gnarlo. Let's take Stacks out, because otherwise she's going to run all the way around to get to where I am and aggro everything in the place on top of my head. There we go. There's the cave I think we're headed for. I think I talked back in the day with Gnarlo about their slack security here. Lax security, I believe I did. About how that made it pretty darn easy to sneak into the place to exactly to where I need to go. We are going to flash the archer. You have located the cave. I'm going to flash the archer here. I'm assuming that's going to get the blade on me. No, it didn't. All right, let's see if we can get on in there past the blade then. Yep.
After learning of a plot by Sharky's men to forge an alliance with the Orcs encroaching into the Northern Breefields, the Ranger Saradon sets into motion a plan to break the alliance before it can be established.
Okay, so we're here to break an alliance between the Orcs and the Brigands, the bandits. Something Bill Fernie is right in the damn heart of. Wouldn't he just be, though? Now, let's see where I'm going to go here. That guy wanders, so last time I think I wandered through here in stealth mode with Gnarlo. We just cloaked ourselves up and went right on into it. Oh, great. We got warriors coming both directions. Well, let's let you go ahead and attack that one. And I'm going to flash this one. Alright, and let's go after the other one. Don't use the area effect stuff. It's always interesting to call down a lightning strike inside of a cave. Okay, go after that one now. Yay! That didn't take much of a much, did it? Okay, let's see where we are headed now. I do not remember the way down in here, that's for sure. Stacks, can you do something about this guy? Yeah, these underground defeated brigands at the Brigand Cave. So, didn't realize that was part of it. So we've got 5 more of those to kill. Okay. Bowman? Why don't we go down this way? Don't think we got to necessarily rush to go after the bowmen and stuff like that. I think we're going to have plenty of them along the way. Go to it, Stacks. Down he goes. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be any problem having plenty of targets to hunt. Does this one just circle around? By God, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, fie on you as well. Okay, so that was essentially a dead end. Head on back. I'm wondering if this is, is this enough of an instance here that these things aren't going to respawn, or do I expect them to pop back in behind me? One of those difficult questions. All right, straight ahead was the exit. Let's go this way. I do know that we should be going down. It's just a matter of where to. Oh, we're starting to see some ruins here. I do sort of remember this place. Let's flash the one on the right. That will attract the one on the left. Alright. Go get the other one, Bobo. Let's go now. Lightning strike. And we'll hit him with the root. lightning flash, that one. Nice. All right, the brigands are out of the way. Now just to get the Fine Bill Fernie. And I think with all these ruins, I do remember those sort of things. So we should be approaching where they are. They were like around a corner. We'll hear them start talking here in a minute, I would think. Yep. Right, let's try this again. You orcs will get half. Half! We'll give you half of all the loot we take. Yep, Bill Fernie. You will be given white hand gear and all the food you want. The farmers here are feeding us that they don't want their farms burned. Oh, yes, Sharky will protect you from the Iron Crown. Have no fear of that. Remember, you've been cut off. Angmar doesn't care what happens to you, but Sharky's men can help you. Okay, and now he's repeating the deal because he is talking about he is talking to orcs. And they're not the smartest bunch. Very good. Okay. Let's go on up here. And when we go around the corner, everybody healed up. Everybody's healed up. Now, I am going to actually eat something. Just because we can. And because I'm not sure how this is going to go. And if they decide to come around that corner, 23 in combat, 54 in combat, 23 in combat, just in case there's a big enough crowd that they're able to take out my buddy here. Let's go ahead. It looks like the blueberry muffins. Sweet and crumbly blueberry muffins. All right. Plus 47 in combat power regen and plus 54 in combat morale regen. That's what we're going to have. Very good. All right, Stacks. Let's go on up here and... So Bill Fernie's taken off. What the? Intruders! This will be your first test, chieftain. I'll talk to you again after you've dealt with these fools. And he wasn't much of a much. There we go. Defeated the Tarkrit chieftain. Okay, so now we have to go back to the Greenway Fort. Completed Enmity of the Orcs. Completed Instance Broken Alliance. Okay. So let's see. Enmity of the Orcs. That's my deed completed. That's the one. Is that the one we had to come? 50 of them. The elves and orcs have clashed for ages, but with many of the elven peoples leaving across the sea to the west, fewer remain to carry on the battle. It seems that in the end it will fall to men to eradicate the orc menace once and for all, but it remains to be seen if they are strong enough for the task. In the meantime, you remain to carry on the battle in the name of your people. Bred by the enemy for war over land, the orcs are larger and tougher than their goblin cousins, but their origins remain the same. Militant and brutish, they retain some native talent for the clever working of wood and metal, though they only apply this to the construction of weapons and other machines of war. And how many Lotro points did that give us? That gave us another 5 Lotro points. All right. Now, since we've done that, I think we are going to map back rather than try and find our way back out. Personal home, we are at the Prancing Pony. So we'll map back to the Prancing Pony. Then I will run back over to Andreg at the fort. And I will see you when we get there. We have left the pony. We stopped by the grocer's right quick to sell off the vendor trash loot we've been accumulating. Our inventory looks a lot better now. And to repair the damage we had taken to our cloak in that last bit. Well, before that last little instance actually popped up. So here we are back at Andrag's. Let us go ahead and talk to him. And that will be our episode for the day. And see what he has to say about the whole thing.
What do you need?
Fernie escaped. That does not bode well, but still things could be worse. Given that the Orcs will no longer pose a threat to Breland, we have succeeded here. We will turn our attention towards watching Fernie and his associates at once. Well done. So we got reputation. Excuse me, got a bit of a hiccup there. Turthan. Ooh, that looks like an upgrade for us, yep. And then one of these. Who are we going to get? Ceradan's Great Axe. What can we actually use? Ceradan's Trousers. Okay, that actually looks good. Gives us agility. Shoulder pads, reinforced leather, Golang. I think we'll go with the trousers. It's actually something we can use. Finish now? Okay, completed. Breaking alliances. And what does he have? Word to the south. While we did not capture Fernie, we did stop the threat for the moment. This will please Ceradan, and we should make haste to inform him of this success. Return to his cottage south along the greenway on the east side of the road, and tell him what he will have accomplished. All right, that we will do. And I'm thinking that that will probably just about finish us up here in the Breelands. So that will be Breefields, so that will be fine. So at that point, I am believing that, assuming that Ceradan doesn't have 5 or 6 quests for us, that we will be headed back into the Barrow Downs. We got a bunch of Barrow Down quests to finish, and not to mention Book 1, Chapter 8. We'll get back on the Epic line and go talk to Tom Bombadil about those Crebain that we ran into over in Buckland all those many moons ago. So in the meantime, we're going to think about which one we're going to do next, which of the Barrow quest, or whether we will have yet some more work that we have to do for the Rangers, because they can't be bothered to do it themselves. We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming along. Hope you've enjoyed it, and bye-bye.